Gotta clean my glasses so I can see before I try to draw something for you from me. My glasses are dirty and full of specks. Such fingerprints make me say, oh heck, I think I'm online. Think everything is working fine. Except my glasses, the dirty as molasses. I can't see a thing. This one smudge won't bring me any clarity, just disparity. All right, now it's clear. Now I can see some emotes drifting by on the wall guy. Oh, I forgot to check to see if my screen was set up. Yeah, this is fine. Oops, I have done it again. It's raining out hard. And Josie says, hey. Lolo says, hi. Volafort's got a bunch of this here Kevin guy. A clutch turn up and a Ben Royale. And Daddy Darth and Forza Streamer. I was hoping a word would pop up there that would rhyme. All right, once again, you're drifting off into nonsense song territory instead of explaining what we're doing, Sarah. Explain why you're online and what is happening. And check your junk mail if you're expecting mail and you didn't get it. 'Cause that's where it is. And checking your junk. Primo, hey. I send it at the beginning of the work weekday. Hopefully it's there. If not, I'll send it again without a care. Towhead. GB Zinks and Onyx. Legion Gun. Legion Gun. Watch this. I'll show you what I can show you. What I do. Oh, let me pick a color. Legion Gun. So let me draw. Oh, I draw stuff like this. I draw a peanut thing. I draw some logo things. That's what I can do. I don't have a PS5. I've got a PS3, dog. I've got a PS3 and a Nintendo Switch. I'm an old man. I'm an old man who talks to imaginary characters. Once again, Sarah, explain the purpose of this stream before I start to become very mean. Not my name, Kev. Not my cat name. My name is Curtis. This is Kevin. There's an assortment of other imaginary characters around. I assume it's still working. Anyway, command giveaway in the Twitch chat. And if there's a post, I have no idea. Sometimes when somebody sends you messages and yeah, I just want to write back, yeah, I don't care either. So I don't know, maybe there's posts, maybe there's not. I don't care. So if you're in the Twitch chat, ! giveaway, that will take you to a Google Doc that I forgot to open. And you can add your request there. And when I say request, I am not outfitting your entire stream's art. It's not what I'm doing. Where in the fun is the link? There we go. So when it says, hey, describe the emote that you would like, describe the emote that you would like, the one emote, a logo, describe the logo that you would want. I don't want to, hey, I enjoy all these 17 characters and I hope that they're all going to go to the beach together, and that's not getting drawn. That's not getting drawn. An emote is one illustration. I'm already getting angry for no reason. But anyway, so I'm going to drift through the request form real quick. And here's how it works. If you're like, how come I never win? It's because I don't like your ideas. I'm a monster. But basically, it's just like, if I see something that I would like to draw, I think that I can draw, then I will do that. If it is something that I'm just like, I don't even know what this is, my interest occasionally gets piqued. P-I-Q-U-E-D? How do you spell piqued? Something like that. Not P-E-E-K. Pretty sure I had a Mountain Dew around here somewhere. It must have made its way back to the fridge. So anyway, yeah, I just pick kind of what I want to draw for the afternoon, and I'm just trying to enjoy myself. And if you don't like nonsense, exclamation point giveaway, clutch turn up, exclamation point giveaway. Type it in there. Whatever you type in the chat, it's just fun time to talk to me. And I will remind, sorry to, I was unnecessarily mean. But Legion Gun, yeah, exclamation point support, or go to streamlabs.com, and there's all kinds of tutorials and or just links to the support team that can tell you and help you with things if you're having specific problems. But if you just want to know how to do stuff, then the Streamlabs YouTube channel. Again, one of these days I'll remember that guy's name who does those videos before I start a stream, so I can actually say, this guy's awesome. I've gone there to learn how to do things. Even though, like, I work here, and I say, here, this is my apartment. Oh, awesome. Oh, you were the crocodile? Who was that? Oh, I was thinking of Dan's Nut. Oh, yeah, I said that one long ago, I think. No, at the same time. Oh, the days they pass. The days they come and go so quick. It's hard to remember. Where you just were. So anyway, I'm going to pick something, and then I'll talk more. I want to do this one. I'm not exactly sure. I know I think I went. I'm going to check. I'm just going to look at this channel real quick. Bad as rock. I call everything work. Everything is work, whether I love it or hate it. It is to be completed. Mana mana. Do 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 do. Give me mod. No. No. I will not make any of you mods. I don't know you. This is the third thing you said. You say mama 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 na, and then make me a mod. And now you're just typing commands again? Slash commands. Slash commands. Give me those slash commands, man. Twitch. Oops. Data TV. I'm gonna look for this person, see if there's any more information I can get from their current profile. All right, no information on them. Their channel might already not exist anymore. Anyway, don't be spam monsters in the chat. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. Anything that mostly pops up, I turn into a weird word association game and try to come up with rhymes and songs. I'm still trying to figure it out, Onyx. I actually haven't turned my Nintendo on in a long time, or at least a few weeks anyway. I grabbed the Marvel Cosmic Conquest. What was that game called? And and I was like right at the end, and I really didn't want to finish it. And it was like, oh, I think this is, no, I was like, I'm gonna do this level, and always when you get to this level, there's always another one. There's always another form. But then it was just over. I was pretty disappointed. No, not Marvel Rivals. The beat 'em up that just came. I say just came out. I don't know, probably 3 months ago. Cosmic Invasion, I think. Yeah, like this one, for example. If you're in the chat, two-head FPS, describe your art piece, my character. What are you looking for? Emotes. Your Twitch address? Twitch. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be Twitch on Twitch, so I have nothing to go with here. Like, other than making up stuff, I'm not going to go searching the internet to try and find you. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do this one. This one is I think this might be Eli. But it's a fishbowl wearing a suit, and that sounds fun to me. So, you know, I'm gonna have fun. Because that's why I'm here. I'm fun. No, I'm a monster. And a maniac. We should put that sign logo up higher. I like the idea of soul-type games. I think they look awesome. I did grab, many years later, all my games are in another shelf in another room. One of the Lord of the Rings games that was just, the open world, kind of going around, sneaking up on people. I can't remember which one it was. I know there was more advanced ones after that. But I do enjoy just having an open world, wandering around, fighting stuff as you go. But it also gets real difficult. Real fast. And then sometimes, the same as, I see, Arkham Knights, the Batman games, and even the Spider-Man games, they're Souls-like games to me, because it is, you got to keep upgrading to be able to take on the next guy. And a lot of the times the fighting gets real repetitive. So like in Batman, when I would play it, a lot of times I'd be like, I'm just going to try to give people a chance to hit me so I can just block and do things. But after a while, it's like, who cares? I'm just Batman. I'm just going to, I'm just destroying everybody. It's either way too easy or way too hard, and the in-between. All right, fishbowl in a suit. Circle. Top of the fishbowl. Water. Now, they, of course, didn't specify whether or not there's fish in the fishbowl, but I'm going to put a fish in there. But the last, I can't remember the name of this either without turning on my Nintendo. The last Souls game that I picked up, that I literally was like, this looks like fun, watching some YouTuber play it, was, it's like, any crab's treasure crab, something like that. But whatever, it's basically one of those, the Souls game, except you're an adorable little crab. You go around, you got to keep swapping out your shells with different cans and whatnot to have better armor to fight, these other crabs and sea creatures. And I thought it was really fun. But again, it got real repetitive real quick. And just difficult, where it was just like, I don't want to spend my life farming more health and whatnot. Like, I mean, that's the whole mechanic of those games. But just, you know, sometimes when it's like, oh, I need to upgrade myself so I can get to this point, where I will then need to upgrade more to get to the next point, and then I will need to, whereas, I don't know, again, I'm old. I like, you know, getting power-ups and whatnot, but I like it when a game also has the option to brute force it, to just do whatever you can. Yeah, like I never played any of those. I'm pretty sure I picked up one of the Souls games for PS3, whichever one was out there. Maybe it's just Dark Souls 1, I don't know, or 2. And I'm pretty sure I never so much as plugged it into the PlayStation. It was around the time I was just like going to the secondhand store just on the next street and just acquiring like just a library of games. Like, oh, when I have some time, I'm going to sit down and play all these games. And then I still pretty much only played Spider-Man. Just rough sketch. We'll figure it out as we go. I mean, this is also basically my hobby, other than the streaming part. Is I just make arts and animations. Let's go this way. I still want more bigger body. But yeah, I'd say my main favorite hobby is just stop motioning things, which is still just, you know, making stuff in animation. But it's also one of those hobbies that just takes a lot of effort and time. So after doing animation and illustration and drawing and making arts all day, all week long, it takes a lot of effort to force myself to be like, all right, now sit down and make some more stuff. Like currently, for the past like few weeks, if not more than that, I know for a fact more than that for some projects. But like just on the other side of this wall right here, there's a big painting. It's barely even started. And then on the chair next to that, there's on the table, there's a bunch of paint that needs to be squirted into the palette, mixed and smeared onto the canvas with all the brushes that are out there as well. And then then on the next chair is a Skeletor that's partly been cut into pieces, glued back together, painted and whatnot to modify. For doing my Skeletor stop motion animations that I like to do. But I wanted to modify his body. But in order to do that, it will leave a bunch of messed up body underneath there. And I've been wanting to put him in a sweater for ever. Because classic Skeletor, I don't have any within reach. But I do have several Skeletors in this room. So, for two reasons. One, origin Skeletor, he's got the hood and the neck, but then it's just like, what is this hood attached to? This is like my grandma would used to wear, the little hood. Hey, I'm just going to the store. I'm just putting a plastic hood on my head. Like, why don't any of your jackets have hoods? Why do you get after me for all the things that I do? They're like, what do you mean you're going to drive all the way home for 3 hours without owning a cell phone yet? Like, because it's old-timey times? You don't own a cell phone yet, and Grandma? Suddenly you think it's dangerous? But, I went too deep into a nonsense tangent and forgot why I was saying those things. So, Origin Skeletor, because he's got that hood. I've been wanting to, I want something to cover his neck. I want a sweater that comes up so that the hood that's, attached to his head seems to be coming from somewhere. So, I don't know, a few weeks ago now, I bought some fabric. Got some thread to go with said fabric. Okay, no, that's looking too much like a jar. Let's go with what I was originally thinking. And don't overthink it. So I finally did it, made a little, I want to say template. What's the real word that people use? Pattern. So I went, copied a pattern for a little turtleneck to hide Skeletor's neck, and then all of the body that I've mangled just below that. And cut out the fabric, just finally convinced myself to iron it, the edges, so I can finish the edges first before I attempt it. But I'm kind of stuck in this malaise, in this, rock in a hard place where I'm pretty sure, 60% sure that, baby big man, that I'm gonna have to do it a second time. It's it looks like it's gonna fit fine and it'll probably work fine, But once I get it all sewed together, I know that I'm going to lose a certain amount of whatever area, surface area. It'll probably look adorable. I'm not gonna just add random vampire teeth to things though. If someone doesn't specify and you're not the person that I'm drawing this for, then sometimes I do just go, I don't care. I'll take the suggestion and run with it. Let's have fun. You can run with us. We've got everything you need. Run with us. We are free. And that song will be stuck in my head until the day when I'm fully dead. Alright, let's just not do that. Let's just keep it simple. Why are you? There you go. So a nice little rounded edge without these extra line bits. Stop thinking about drawing and just draw the drawing. Lines can be erased and redrawn at any time. I'm not sure if that rhymed or not. I wasn't quite paying attention to what you were saying. It seems impossible for you to not understand what I'm saying and not comprehend and or listen to me, Sarah. The voice is coming from within inside, your head. We're not having weird meta conversations. I'm too busy second guessing the thing that I just did and then deciding, yeah, let's do that. Just attach. The problem with drifting between multiple programs is I don't remember anything anymore. I just get caught up with like, oh yeah, I forgot I can do this now. And it's like, no, you can't. That was another program, idiot. Need to show the depth. What if we just a line? Just moving lines around. A fish can't drown, but again, technically it can, depending on regeneration of the water. I know there's some reason. I know there's a way the fish can drown. I'm positive I watched something about it. Somebody referenced this. You know, aside from being on land or, you know, actually trying to breathe air when you can't breathe air. Similarly, inversely, the exact opposite version of what, you know, drowning is to us. I'm trying my best not to talk about this anymore because it's morbid. But for some reason I still need to finish that thought. But first, let me look up what a suit looks like. I don't wear suits any of the time. Ooh, or do we go with a bow tie? 3-piece. And a jacket. Man, I gotta say, suits just look bad most of the time. Like, you gotta look like a cool suit person to pull off being a cool suit person. Because so many of these people are just like, I know you're a model and you're modeling suits, but I just feel like unless you wear it a certain way, i.e., like, oh, well, this thing is open and then this is buttoned up this way, and then it's like, that looks cool. But if you try to walk or move around, you can't. You can't. The music has a giant silent part for some reason. Hello? There we go. I feel like this... This kind of suit is what I'm going for, I guess. Not that you can see what I'm doing. Ugh, snapping. Keep snapping to lines I don't want it to snap to. Suits are weird. Alright, let's go this way. And then come down. Let's go to you for a minute. Why am I drawing with the mouse? Oh my god. Maybe I hate this guy's suit too. Maybe I just hate suits. I like fish bowls and fish creatures. I like the idea of them wearing a suit. Depth. A little bit of curve and style. We don't want it to be all straight lines. Sometimes just grab a line and bend it, not trying to offend it. Crocodile, how do you do? No way, yes way, bogus. References to, I believe, Bill and Ted 2. Will this work? Slight change of idea. Let me go back down to the rough layer. Slightly bigger brush. If we make him one of those fish suit guys, it's like, I'm always in the process of just buttoning or unbuttoning my suit. So I'm a cool guy. This suit cost me $700. What are you doing today? Probably trying to save some money so he can still afford food. I'm in. Amen. I'm in 778 and 73 and 708. Howdy, howdy from Nevada. How's it going, Nevada guy? Everything's still wonderful and rage-filled. Copy, paste, modify, transform, flip horizontal, and arrow keys. Damn it. It's just another day for Nevada guy in paradise. I think are the words, or I mean a variation of the words. As soon as I read that, I'm just like, I think that's a Phil Collins song. And then I tried so hard to remember that that Another Day in Paradise, a Paradise line. But all I can think was, she seems to have an invisible talk show. She seems to have a show that gets to your heart. And that is genuinely what I thought the words of that song were for 1,000 years. Even though I'm pretty sure the song is called Invisible Touch. And we're always like, how come he's never talking about no invisible touches? I don't know, what does that even mean? And he just talks about her invisible talk show. which as a kid, I fully rationalized it as a totally cromulent lyric. That I'm just like, oh, I get what he's saying. She seems to have an invisible talk show. Like, every time I come over, every time I say hi, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're having an interview, I guess? She's trying to, like, get to know me and figure out what I'm all about. Hey, what are your hobbies? What are you doing later? Like, oh, there's no audience, there's no cameras. It's almost as though she has an invisible talk show. And a touch that goes right to your heart. And, 100 years later, even though I know what it is, it's not until the song stops playing where the stomp. Don't give me those judging eyes, Kevin. Sometimes words just don't fall out of your face the way you want them to. There's text on the screen. You're thinking about fish in suits. It's hard. It's difficult. My life is hard. I finally did my taxes 20 minutes before the deadline yesterday. I mean, the deadline's today, right? No, it was yesterday. I did it the day before. It's like, hey, we want all that money back. Like, what? Why do you take so much of my money? I need that. I thought I saved money. It's like, no. No, you keep forgetting that money that you're saving, that's still for us as well. That's an invisible touch right there that you can see. That I can see it in my bank account. You seem to have an invisible invoice? They seem to have an invisible invoice. They can invoice for all the money they want. But now my roads are falling apart, and no one's coming to fix up the roads. I paid my taxes and I don't know where it goes. Mini Technicas. You seem to have a visible cuss, but it's mini and technically it's not sus. I don't know. I'm gonna skip ahead just a little bit, 'cause this music makes me feel like I'm dead. Why didn't I group it, then work on it in a separate place? Well, Dale, that's going to be the song for the... I don't even remember the last time I heard that song. Like, it was definitely days ago. Just like in the mall or somewhere. I don't want to get it stuck back in my head again. But before this stream, I went and grabbed something to eat. I was going to try and do some lunchtime errands before the stream and then realized that's not possible. Noontime is when everyone's going crazy. There's 7,000 school children going from the school to the grocery store, where and how they can afford to eat at Starbucks every day. I don't even know. When I was in high school, when he was in high school, every day I would survive on a lunch of a bag of chips, sometimes roast chicken, sometimes just Munchos. That is not a lunch. That is, I mean, if you were here last week when I was talking about how much I love salt and pepper, and then whatever food conveyance that requires me to legally ingest salt and pepper all day long. Oh, this was right before. And a bottle of Fruitopia, back when Fruitopia was in a little glass bottle, and it's still so good. It's still so good. I don't really see it anymore. At stores, anyway. Other than, like, you know, like a 2-liter thing. I don't even know if you can get individual Fruitopias anymore. Yeah, basically, it was like I was stretching out, trying to make $10 last for 5 days, which was just like, all right, I'll try to spend less than $2 a day. Hopefully I don't get a hankering for something besides just some chips and some juice, which I always did. I was starving. And it's like, well, why don't you go to the cafeteria? You've never been to the cafeteria? Like, no, I've been to the cafeteria like twice, and I was pretty sure I was going to die both times. So no, it doesn't feel safe to eat in the cafeteria. I don't mean food-wise. I mean, it feels like, you know, the place in school where you go for people to decide, who are we going to beat up today? Oh, look at that guy. He seems mildly awkward and nervous. Let's murder him later. And it was terrifying. It was terrifying. Like, genuinely, the only time I ate in a high school cafeteria was on the, introduction, the first visit to high school, and they're like, hey, junior high kids, let's go to the high school and see what it's like. And go in there, and it's just like, oh, this seems terrifying. And it's like, all right, get something from the cafeteria. Like, I don't have money. Why do you all have money on you all the time? Where's this money coming from? And now, of course, I'm like, I have a job and I can afford to eat and do things. And I feel like, you know, within the last, I don't know, 160 some days or so, I haven't been counting, things have gotten insane. Things have gotten insane to where I'm like, oh, I got some, like, snacks this month/week, and all my money's gone. That didn't happen before, because I had a bag of chips, but now it goes so quick, so fast, it's gone. Because, you know, it's like, oh, that $8 haircut that I get, well, that's $27 now. Like, okay. I mean, it was a few weeks ago, Kev. Don't look at me like I got a fresh haircut. But anyway, and then, you know, as I go to get lunch or what have you, there'll be like 300 school kids, high school kids, and they've all got like these giant Starbucks drinks that I'm like, I'm pretty sure those were still expensive back when things were affordable. So those have got to be like, what, like $15? I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, I don't drink coffee, but I know that the whole, you know, a lot of people don't drink coffee, Kev. Don't look at me like that. When you know, the whole big advertising, the whole big pump for coffee when I was younger, you know, all the commercials, all the everything was like, it's a bottomless cup of coffee for 45 cents. You can have 75 cups of coffee. We don't care. Coffee's basically free. Just come on in, hang out at a coffee shop. That's all that matters. Just hang out at a coffee shop. We'll supply you with internet. Here's some, plug your, you know, computers in, plug stuff in. We don't care. Just give us 45 cents for a coffee. And, you know, and then whatever, it's like $1 something, this and this and that. And then in fancy, expensive lattes and frappuccinos and all those things. And I was at this place once. I was doing, well, the company I was working for was doing work for another company. How far away is this? So we went to visit that company. Well, we were like doing some work there, so we're there. And the guy who owns that company, super nice guy. Awesome, nice guy. Everyone there, best people in the world. And, whatever it was, something, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, yeah, no, I love a good coffee. Like, I love a good coffee. And I'm just sitting there like, I want to go back home to my own province now. Oh, I forgot I turned that other light on. And the batteries went out. And whatever, this guy who owns the company and was clearly like super rich, he'd said several things that are just like, oh, this guy has no idea what normal things cost. Like, this is insane. And then he said something along the lines of, you know, like a good coffee is like, you know, or no, he said something like, oh, it's not that big a deal. It's just, you know, the same amount of money you'd spend on a good cup of coffee in the morning. And then we were like, wait, I'm pretty sure the thing that we were just talking about was like between $15 and $20. And everybody was like looking at him like, what are you talking about? He was like, you know, like a good coffee. And everybody was like, a good coffee is like $2 still. Like, a bad coffee is $1. And he was like, Oh, you weird people and your t-shirts and jeans, they're just from a whole different world from me. Anyway, has anybody tried out the brand new iPad Extreme Super Deluxe that nobody in the world has and is 10 times more than any other iPad? And I've got it like 4 days before it comes out. Has anybody given one of these a try? Like, no, we haven't. Normal people don't have access to stuff like this, and then when they do, they can't afford it. It was weird. Again, super nice guy. Awesome weekend. Or weekday. I think it was the middle of the week. I wonder why I started talking about all that. I wonder. But there's no way to know why I went off on a tangent, though. It's just what I do while I'm filling time with you, drawing nonsense and going pew pew pew. Now I don't like that arm being up. Now I hate it. Now I hate it. Nathan Geo, AT, you're the ghost of the century. Are you winning, son, at your game? Are you Fortnite fame? Do you have a D&D character? Or are you something, sir? I don't know. I ran out of things to say. For fear of being too silly and allowing the silliness to verge onto offensiveness, Kevin, I stopped myself, but probably the stopping was too late. But you know, we're trying to have fun right out the gates, so everything is hopefully great. The rhymes are weak sauce. Toss 'em something, tossing some ring toss. Who would even say that? I hope the boss isn't watching me be at a loss for all of the words. Anything can drift into the absurd. I'm just an average nerd. Oh, I mean, I say this so many times, usually in my head. But so often in the game of creativity, in the field of creativity, in the lexicon of drawing. No, I'm sorry, lexicon of drawing, as in the words that mean drawing, or the drawing words. I don't think that word meant what you wanted it to say, Sarah. Yeah, no, hey, there we go. Sometimes there's just words that I like, and when I say them, then I'm like, I don't think that word means what I think it means. Inconceivable. Why do I need so many detail folds? I don't. I said line tool, there we go. What if it was all about the silhouette? Every week or so, we have to cover the fact that there's always a point in most drawings where you're just like, why did I ever start drawing anything in the first place in my whole life? Why? I hate everything about this and myself. I'll burn this town entirely to the ground if I don't get my way. Yeah, all right, let's That's not what I was actually thinking. But yeah, the thing that I normally think all the time, every few drawings, is oh yeah, I should have kept going with my original idea instead of like second guessing it and thinking, oh, this will be better. This will be better. The same with when people ask you to do something. So often like, no, change it to this. All right. I'm not gonna fight. All right, yeah, let's do that. And then you change it, and several hours later, they're like, ooh, you know how this should look. I was just in my head screaming like, don't you dare say how I had it in the first place, because then I'll have to redo it all again to go back to how it was in the first place, because it's also how it was in the first place, except different. Number 1, Yonka Gorfan. Yonka Gorfan. I assume that's got to be a reference to something I've never heard of. I kind of thought I would understand that it was a Yu-Gi-Oh reference or something, or I wouldn't, but the letter Y automatically made me think, oh, this is a Yu-Gi-Oh. Nope. And then the G-O, I could see that. Just trying to read ahead and was like, oh, this is a Goku thing. But Yonka Gore. Musical artist. Even better. We're a little sleepy, but we're violent. And there's some bodies in a heapy. It's all gore, not Al Gore. Let's go to the musical artist store. And they're definitely better than whatever I'm doing right now. Anton. Antoinette? Antoinette. Antoniette Berks. Anton. Antone. Oh man, fun with syllables. Just talking. Fun with syllables. Everything's killable. Put it in your will. Oh, it is Antoinette. There we go. I never know when to cut it off and then assume, it's like I was trying to call somebody Rebel. I like, oh, Rebel X. Everybody's a Rebel X around here. It's clearly Roblox. This is so clearly Roblox. But I'm an old man. I would have guessed number 1 because I am the number 1 gore fan of my own creation of gore and, violence, and etc. E-man. I expected it. Anyway, press the button. I wanted to break your brain a little on purpose there. I do enjoy when somebody does pop into their stream, they're like, what is even happening? Streamlabs is a stream? No, it's not. But I will do the stream. And I bring Kevin along with me. It makes my stream dark. I'm not sure I know what that means. I think it makes my stream light. Because I think when I watch this back, my camera, is like the lighting that I want. And I find the broadcast playback is a little bit lighter, honestly. Or do you make it, or does it mean that it makes you dark? I'm so mysterious and dark. Who knows what the darkness lurks in the shadow? The shadow knows the darkness. The shadow knows. I want to be bright and cheery, but though I know I should be weary, ghostly hauntings I turn loose. Beetlejuice. Let's group this and work on it separately so I don't break my other lines. Let's make it red so it's also separate. Woo! Peak content! I can go home early, Kev. We're all done. I did it. Peaked. Do, 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 do. Ba-da-ba, ba, 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 do, 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 da-da. Oops, I bent the circle. Anyway, yeah, Streamlabs coming at you with some laid-back sounds from some random YouTube channel. And if you'd like to participate in the giveaway version of this stream, which I keep forgetting to mention all stream long every time I do this stream, it is ! giveaway or command giveaway in the chat. If you're in the Twitch chat, if there's a post, I will assume that there's links to the Google request form in the post that say that there's an art stream happening right now at this very moment in time. If you go to that Google Doc form, fill it out. Make sure that if you want emotes, you actually just want one emote. Don't request your whole emotes. If you want a logo, request a logo. If you want an on-screen image drawing illustration, that's what you want. And, as in one, unos, no dos, no tres, catorce, you two references, or just counting in Spanish. I think that was all the information. Anyway, yeah, just go add to the list. And on days when I'm not trying to learn something new for work or do some new project, if for some strange reason I've got nothing to do, then I'll drift into that request form of things that you guys are looking for, and I will draw them and I'll send them out in the email. And if you do follow this stream, and especially if you see me drawing one of your requests, and you're expecting it, always don't forget to check your junk mail. If you're expecting any emails from any sort of company whatsoever, and you spend all day long deleting all of the junk and spam and etc. from all of the companies that send you all the nonsense all the time, then it does, turn your own personal email algorithm, whatever that is, into a machine that's like, oh yeah, you hate getting this kind of emails. It's like, but sometimes I need them. Sometimes I was waiting for them. I just said, literally, it was like 9 minutes ago? Like maybe 10 minutes ago? When I just said, hey, I always do this. Where I want to go back to what I was originally thinking, and I'm already like, ooh, let's come up with something different over here. No. Do what you were thinking. And just get it done. It's already after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Number one, young Kagor fan. Have a good weekend, I should say. Evening, afternoon, weekend, and even next Monday. Have a good Monday. Golf tournament. Oh. I take it all back. Have a terrible... No, I'm just kidding. Have a fantastic golf time weekend. I personally wouldn't want to, walk so far. Travel around. in such a big, boring open field. And then I have to like aim at something like no. What am I, Sporty Spice over here? No, Loner Chase. I am not. I am. Oh, Top Golf. That's the putting range thing, not putting range. Kevin, don't look at me like that. I know I don't know all the sports words. Don't look away. Okay. The driving range. There's one like 5 seconds from here. That's the driving range where you're like stacked up on top of each other. And then occasionally, is that one of the ones where they actually send somebody out there in like a target car where you're encouraged to try and hit them? Because that's a game. Perfectly round, but I don't want it to not be. I hate my brain sometimes. An unofficial tournament. I mean, anyway, yeah, have a good day. I hope you win. Let me know next Friday whether or not next Friday hopefully we have an update on the Top Golf unofficial tournament. None of the winnings or proceedings will be officially counted, but in our hearts and in our souls we'll know that we won or came very close in the tournament. Or we beat people with our golf clubs. That's an option too. I don't know you. I don't know what's going to happen. We got to wait till next week's golf tournament report. You're probably already gone. There we go. That's what I wanted. Except for... I don't know why I don't use the spline curves to adjust all my lines. Every other program I do. Antoinette is back from a call. I was worried that you had a big fall, but life alerts or some desserts kept you going, keeps you from the mall. I'm not trying to stall till I come up with better words, better rhymes, all in due time, drifting into some crimes and those Chip and Dales. I didn't know when the music was gonna kick back in again. I knew it was coming, but it was also a possibility that it was gonna end. Sometimes instead of drawing, you just make shapes and lines and start pawing till they form another shape. Making a fish with the body it's not. An ape. Oh, Antoinette. I'm going to give you the right answer right after I give you my answer, which is I'm drawing a picture of a suit with a fishbowl for a head and a fish in the head. I don't know any of the answers to those questions, but you know who does? The actual Sarah. What are you talking? You're talking about yourself in third person, Sarah, because you're Sarah. No, I know. You've rearranged time for me. It's but exclamation point or command support to talk to the support team to make a ticket, and they will tell you how, or just drift through the actual streamlabs.com. There's so much just information and videos there that maybe it comes up somewhere, but unless like the whole stream is dark, or I don't know why I'm trying to parse this. Is it just your camera is darker than it should be, or the whole stream is darker than it should be? But if it's just like your camera, I don't know, maybe there's a filter set on it, or you know, some sort of thing that you didn't notice, or accidentally is there, and then you just turn that off, or lighten it, change it to a different video filter. But yeah, I don't actually know. But I do know this. The support team, they know everything. Like everything. And when I don't know what's going on, or I'm just frustrated with the world in general, Sarah is one of the people in the support team that I do harass, because she knows everything that's going on, and she's like a real person. No offense to everybody else in the world, but a lot of people aren't real people. You know, kind of like I mentioned before with the rich guy who was like, hey, a good cup of coffee, you know, is usually $15. No, you're not a real person. Alright, little goofy-eyed fish. Yeah, big square teeth. Tongues around this a little bit. Some slightly rounded edges. And then, thinking about color. There's no other. I want this to be straight line. Let's curve down this way. Since I changed that there, that makes sense. Since I broke it earlier. I can't believe it with this guy over here. Kevin knows what I'm talking about. So much disappointment in his eyes all the time. All the time. Sometimes it's a look of awe and wonder, but also just some confusion as I watch you, lay your artwork to sunder with, mistakes and your carelessness and your inability to draw very well. Hey, I know that you're making fun of this guy again. Can I get out of that? That's kind of my bread and butter, and just being the opposite of whatever this guy's doing or saying. I hate you all. Yeah, you. That's your life when you surround yourself with imaginary characters. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me either, guys. Or I'm fun, and that's what's right with me. Let's go with that. Every once in a while, I do, meet real people in the world, because, I'm a real person in the world. And I'll be either just serious and normal and try not to get, beat up or accosted or judged by society. And so very often when I'm explaining... Just drop my magic digital drawing pen on the floor. While I'm like, hey, yeah, no, I'm just being weird and silly. And a lot of people are like, no, like that's just you're just fun. Like I'm not. Oh, I want this. I'll say 99% of the time, I'm not being mean or harsh to anybody. Just including them in the silliness, and we're all having a great time. where some people are just straight up like, hey, I'm just joking around and having a good time. You're ugly and you're stupid and no one ever liked you. Like, wait. That's just mean. Like, I don't know you. You're just being mean. Like, where's the part where you make me also think you're a good person and this is being just sarcastic and silly and over the top? Like, no. Those people are just like, the thing about me is my humor is I'm just mean and I'll push you down and hurt you. So, and then we all have a good laugh. Like, no, I don't hang out with those kids anymore. I'm an old man and I don't visit them. I don't try to reconnect with those people. Because that's still their sense of humor is, hey, I'm going to hit you. That's not a joke. That's just hitting me. Why can't I color these eyes in? What is going on? There we go. Just making a fish, yo, what's the dish? Clams and lobster. Oh, where did it go? I can see. There we go. Need some gills or he's gonna drown. Listen to his gurgly, fishy sound as he flops around on the ground. It's not cool, but he's a fishy fool. Jump too far out of the pool. Don't go chasing waterfalls that are too tall. Let's all chill out at the mall. There's a store left. Where you can buy cards for the bereft. Gameplay is rocking out with me. Beat is poppin', head is boppin'. The music just fully stopping. Oh, studio indeed. Indeed. We seem to have an invisible talk show. Where do we go? Am I going to add shading? I probably am. 3:30. 3:26. Eyes aren't filled in. Fill. There we go. And then we'll take you. Layer. Let's use multiple layers for once instead of drawing everything on the same layer. And let's explore the thought, do you say layer? 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 Layer. Layer? Layer. I'm pretty sure I mostly just say layer, which is, I know, again, stop judging me, Kevin. Where the bad guys hang out. It's where you have a Batman or some Ninja Turtles. It's usually in a sewer. Alright. Let's copy and paste you. Yeah. 4D chess is quite a mess. 'Cause it's already in 4D. The fourth dimension is time, as long as you started the game and progressed like this rhyme, then you're in for D. D-heads in the news. Oh, man. Don't want to be political or cynical. Just trying to have a real good time. My singing voice isn't good, but it's not a crime. I'm not costing you a single dime. I've been so thirsty for an hour and a half, and that's the first time I had a drink out of that carafe. Raphael and his turtle pals. Oh, no, stop sampling and start painting. Colored outlines. Why can't I just talk? Why can't I just talk now? I'm broken. My face, my mouth is broken. It's like I'm caught in a mouth trap. And if I could remember any of the words to that stutter rap, I would. Oh, fun. Okay. Stone this layer. Let's cut. Oh, save. Then we'll cut it. Do not copy and paste anything. Do not copy and paste anything until you paste the thing. Paste. Paste picante. Okay, never mind. I need this specific line. Why not use a perfect match line? Why would I even for a second think? Idiot. Even Kevin, even a genius like me, who's always right, and Kevin, come on, just play along for 5 seconds. Even someone who knows everything that they're doing like I do still makes horrific mistakes and guesses wrong with things that they already knew the right answer to, Kevin. Just seriously. I'm not judging. You've already been prejudged before you even sat down here today, Sarah. I've rearranged time for you, and you keep saying it's just not fair. It's just not fair. Bog of eternal stench and whatnot. Yes, those are all your touchstone words to keep the voice going. Let's make a suit. Suit color. Now, ideally, what I want to do... these lines separate. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, that's fine. You still working? Hey. Yeah, the button still works. The button to switch over to Milo still works. So, if that's what you were wondering, that button still works. So you could click back over now. Just checking. Just saw everything refresh, and I was worried. Now, ideally, I'd like to put a red tie on this guy, just for the bright and wonderful juxtaposition between some nice cool water and a nice warm tie. But somebody keeps ruining red things on me. I'm not gonna say who. We're not going to talk about things. We're not really going to talk about real things, Kevin. It's fine. I know this is work hours. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Why won't you sample the color that I'm sampling now? What's going on here? Oh, that's why. Everything is set to transparency. I had a red hat that I liked. winter and summer. I had like some red sweaters and stuff where I'm like, I think red is my jam now. I think red is my jam. And even when I was like, oh, and I was getting into the Garth and his Punisher. That keeps what I was saying from being less, whatchamacallit, vague. I had this Punisher hat that I liked wearing. It was like, oh, this is like my favorite winter hat. And I was like, I'm not wearing this anymore. Too many horrific racists and homophobes and transphobes and just monsters in general are just like, hey, you're as white as paper and you're wearing some red clothes. So let me just say a bunch of horrible things in your face. Well, you get afraid because I'm twice your size and I'm driving the cab and you're trapped in here with me and we're in the backwoods. You want to survive? Yes, I would like to survive. Ha ha ha, yeah. We're not even in that country, dog. But if only we voted for that guy more, you don't get me started. Don't get me started. Literally, no one has got... You're talking only to yourself, Sarah. No one has got you started in any way, shape, or form. I'm talking to myself. I'm telling myself. I'm looking into the camera. I can see myself on the screen. I'm telling myself, do not get... Hey, me. Don't get started. Do not get started in here. But then I drift into silence. Still thinking about all the violence and things that you wish didn't happen in the world. Why won't you stop being transparent? All right. Select. Let's turn on the alpha. Add a little bit of saturation. Ooh, blue work. Ah! You know what's great? To go on another tangential path. Tangential path is I think the blue lines do work. Blue lines it is. The problem with tracking, sometimes it's wonderful. It's like, hey, you can see right on the map. You got a little map that's a little animated, and it shows you where the truck is and when it's going to get there, and it'll notify you if it's like, oh, we decided to go somewhere else. Whereas other times it's like, well, I need to know that the package has arrived so I can go downstairs and get it before somebody steals it. And so very often it's just like, hey, here's an email and a text. And just want to let you know your package is delivered. Here's a picture of where it used to be before somebody stole it, because we're letting you know 7 hours after you got the delivery. I'm like, great. It's good to know. It's good to know. But in a lot of cases, if the information isn't happening in real time, then it's kind of moot. And just to go into cranky old man mode for just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. Wait, so you haven't been in cranky old man mode? You're telling me now, just from now on, for the next few minutes, it's only cranky old man mode, and the rest is you just being, what, young and hip and cool? You're gonna put on some sunglasses and do some sweet ollies? Some kick flips like a young Tony Hawk? Huh? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, no, I'm always a cranky old man. But the cat's down here. But you know, there's so many of those things where it's like, if I see somebody else like complaining about something like this, I'm like, hey, get over it, come on. There's so many other horrible and crazy things to worry about, think about. I ordered some stuff. I ordered one thing. And immediately was like, hey, your package. It's right here. It's right here. It's an hour away from you. It's going to be out for delivery tomorrow. All right. Then I guess it'll be here tomorrow. And again, there's no rush. Don't care. Doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of I would like to get whatever the thing is that I've ordered. If they don't bring it to my door, I've got to go wandering around the building to see where it's been tossed or thrown, because sometimes that happens. So with this one package from a place that I never order anything from ever, especially not for delivery. But yeah, it's just like, it's so close, dog. It's so close. It's literally 1 hour away. Like, all right, cool. It'll be there today. Of course. And then later in the day, like, hey, it's about your package. Like, ooh, I should go downstairs and check, because that must mean it's here. Like, yeah, there's a little delay. There's a little delay on your package. Have you heard of this other city in a completely different province? Like, I sure have. Well, it's there now. And I guess that, yeah, you have your orders, you go to different places, you stop and blah, blah, blah. But, how do I do this without some sort of map? But anyway, let's say, where is this? Package starts here. It goes way over to here, behind Kevin over here. I live here. So it had to drive past me and then go all the way to another place and then just be there. And then it's just like, well, what's it doing there? And it's like, don't worry, it's delayed. It'll still be there tonight, like, which still makes sense. Now it's only 3 hours away instead of 1, and in a different province, and it's going to have to go through 2 toll highways. If I didn't know, it wouldn't matter, but it's mostly the fact that I'm like, what? You had to go past, you had to drive by me in order to, I could have stood out on the highway and just been like, hey, and grabbed it like an old-timey train guy with a hook. Again, old man ranty nonsense. But so then it was just like, well, it'll be there tomorrow. Like, of course it will. It's only 3 hours away. Next day comes, hey, listen up. It'll be there tomorrow because there's a delay. Like, you're clearly not moving it anywhere. Like, so then, several days later, it finally showed up. Who cares? Unimportantnews.com. Complaining like an old man on Facebook about stuff that should have took only an hour. But then I have to hate myself for saying it took instead of taken. And now we're just out here baking. Away in the sand, away in the sun, people are running around with a gun. And that was actually yesterday, I think, or was that the day before? That was yesterday. We got a, hey guys, just down the road from where your old apartment was, my old apartment. Somebody's wandering around armed to the teeth with a bunch of guns, threatening or something. We're trying to find them, but so don't pick up any hitchhikers. Don't go outside. Like, okay, cool. Usually not planning on doing any of those things anyway, but hey, gaming home. Are you at home or out on the roam? Do you condone that I'm drawing a fish instead of a head on some dude that's not even dead? Today was hard to get out of bed, and now it's raining, and I'm explaining nothing in particular. lenticular. What rhymes with that? Let's get lenticular. That's practically the same word, except it means something else. Oh, that's because you're a group. Copy. Oh, it's raining so hard. I hope the window in the living room is closed enough so there's not a big puddle on my floor. Right, there's a little more saturation. Nah, unnecessary. Unnecessary. But we do need some bubbles. Like the Powerpuff Girls. Copy, paste. Move it up in your face. There's no time to disgrace. There's a few bubbles. I do. I hate myself. All right. One more. Copy, paste in place. Yeah, that will do. Let's grab this color here. Nope. Yeah. Do I want to? I think I do. Yeah, that outline was superfluous at best. At best. Oh, there we go. Just on the wrong window. One more thing. Spin this a little bit. Let's go with the green lines. Make it one so I can see it. See what it looks like. We'll see what it looks like in a second. Too dark. Just 'cause it's a big line doesn't mean it's connected. Alright, and I'm going to call that one done for now. I probably won't change it though. And now, as I mentioned earlier before, and I keep forgetting to mention, probably on the posts, the social media posts of Streamlabs saying, hey, it's time for an art stream, go follow along. Or if you're in the Twitch chat, command giveaway should bring you to the request form. And then put you want. Just put you want. Put what you want in the form, and I will try to convert that into a drawing. Oh, it's already almost 4. What can I draw in an hour and 10 minutes? I kind of want to do this one. I feel like I can do it quick. Yeah, I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if I can do this in an hour. And if I don't, they're not in the chat. They won't know. They won't know until, next week, maybe. I don't know. Probably want to do this one wide. My window so I can see this word. There we go. So this one is Vtones, Vetones, and they're just like, hey, Vtones, except for the V, I want it to be 2 bananas. That's about it. So first we'll draw some bananas. Get a reasonably sized brush to doodle with. There we go. And flip these colors. There we go. And I forget how to draw bananas. And oh my god, end track. I'm choking on your name over here. End track. And the chickens of freedom. certain level of stylization. I was going to say italicization. That's not a thing. And the chickens for stickers with rules and regulations coming to you at your occupation. And tracks chickens, hard hats in hand, and one on their head, 'cause they're in demand. They're bringing safety all the way to you. So don't fall down or slip on some chicken poo, 'cause they didn't bring it with them. You brought it from home, and now it's a lawsuit. I've got a chicken. It's taking notes, making sure you're not breaking any OSHA boats. I'm sure if they got boats, everyone's got a boat regatta. That's actually a boat word. Oh, is this going to end up looking like an X instead of a V? I fear that it will. I fear so bad. I still think about it. I wonder if I still have any of those animations. There's no way I do. But yeah, one of my first jobs, I'm sure I've talked about this before when you've been here, was just animating all of the construction dangers at a construction site and how this is why we have all these rules and safety things. Did you pour a bunch of paint in your eyes? Hey, get over to the eye wash station before you die. And then we have to animate somebody using the eye wash station, but then we'd also have to do a version where, because it was also like an interactive test for like construction people that I can only imagine hated everything about it, especially that we're just doing a dumb little cartoon about all of their safety. But for every safety thing, we still had to be like, you know, whatever. It's like, hey, be careful with your automatic tools and whatnot. If stuff gets out of hand, that's your fault and everyone gets sued. So then it's like, hey, let me put my nail gun in the proper place and unplug it and, turn on the safety, whatever you're supposed to do. But then the other animation's like, hey, should you be careful? And if for some reason they press like, no, I don't want to be careful. I know I didn't do this one. James animated that one. And it was one of the best ones where, let me do this. Oh, you didn't have a line there. Good. Where I forget what the safety thing was, but like literally, I want to say an air hammer or automatic nail gun. That's the word I'm looking for. Where the nail gun just like falls and just like ends up, shooting a bunch of nails around him, like getting him stuck to the wall like a cartoon. And we were like, well, this is definitely not going to pass. They're not going to approve this nonsense. We definitely didn't get into any of the permits. Ours was strictly, hey, you got to make sure you tie off to the top of the thing if you're anywhere above 1 foot, or else you're gonna fall down like this guy and land on all the rebar. All the rebar. Everything was just people being impaled by rebar, and this was like a real construction job we were doing stuff for. I do not black hat. I have no idea how any of that stuff works. But if you want to command support, and or go to the streamlabs.com and find the support ticket thing. But yeah, it should just take you there from the Twitch chat. You're in Twitch? No, you're on YouTube. I don't know if YouTube I don't even know if YouTube has commands. I have no idea. If YouTube has commands that will take you to support, exclamation point support. If not, streamlabs.com, go to the support area. There's like, you know, a million people that that know all of the things, and I'm drawing bananas. That's what I'm doing. Permit A38. If I know where that is from. I can only think... it can't be. But is that the... that's not the Pixar thing that they put on everything where it's like... they hide it in every animation thing. The old A38. Caesar's Challenge? No, I have no idea what that is. All of my Caesar challenges involve salad. Dan's not. Hey, Dan. If you didn't get your email with a drawing, check your junk mail, because there's probably a email with a drawing in there from me. It looks like this. Erie Coffee. Oh, Asterix and Obelix is something. As a kid, I thought they were really cool. I didn't understand. I didn't know what they were. I never saw any comics. I never saw any actual cartoons. They were just on things, and I'm just like, who are these people? And then only fairly recently. No, that's not true. That was still like 20 years ago, where it was like, yeah, they're like some sort of French Viking show. Let's go to another layer. What am I spelling again? V-E-E. V-E-E-T. Oh, on the road for 2 weeks, you can see essentially. Oh, same as usual. Exclamation point giveaway. You're a coffee, and people have filled out the form. They have the option to fill in like a logo or just an illustration or an emote, on-screen something or other, and then hopefully they describe it well enough for me to come up with something. And this one is Vton's, and they want the V to be made of 2 bananas. So why don't I rough something out more than just 2 bananas? Glow with May today. I don't have any apps, dog. You want to go to either streamlabs.com or exclamation point support in the chat. You're on YouTube. I don't know enough about any of this stuff. So yeah, you want to contact the support team, create a ticket, and there's a whole bunch of people there who know all of the things of how this app works. I draw pictures. Do you have a problem with this picture I'm drawing? Then I also can't help you because this isn't for you. So, I do as I do. Oh, I'll make more. Oh, yeah, I meant to go digging through my old files because I'm positive there's more than one N-track chicken out there that I'm positive. But I could be horrifically wrong, as is the style of the times. Let's squish this down a bit. Yeah, that looks good. So when I try to make it, it says the user is not enabled. For live streaming, 403. Okay. Sounds interesting. Good for you. Support team is what you want to talk to. I draw pictures of stuff. Look at this guy. Huh? I'm angry about stuff, and I live in Nevada, guy. That's what I do. I don't know much, but I know I don't know that. So, I don't know. Maybe you want to enable the user for live streaming. But like I said, go to the support team, streamlabs.com. All of the answers are there. I agree, Sarah. All of the answers, or at least people with the answers, are there. And usually they're quite quick and good at all of the things because they have the answers. That they don't draw pictures almost ever, but some of them do. Remember that one guy? But I think he quit to go draw more pictures instead of, being a support guy. I remember, I think he was writing stories and somebody else was drawing them. But yes, he did know how everything worked and was also creative. I want to overlap these, but I don't. Anyway. Why is everything selected? And we'll take this V, make it significantly. Hey, I feel like I'm losing my mind right now. Select these lines. Why are you acting like you're made of 5 different things? I don't even know how to do this. May. I don't even know how to draw pictures anymore. Okay, let's just fade this out. Fade it. There we go. And now let's make bananas look like a V without it looking like an X. Or a Y. I should have thought about this harder. Let's lock the layer that we're not using. There we go. Eerie coffee. All right, next week for sure I'll have to at least Google what a paint bird is. iMonkey Gang is only one person? I thought you were a whole gang of people. Streamlabs is made up of many people. The people who make the apps, the people who do the marketing, the people who ask me to draw stuff for the marketing and for the apps. And so many other things. I keep basically drawing the same banana over and over again that I just drew. Let's see. I'm in North America. I wonder, do we have those around here? Bit so I can chop through it. There's so many things like that. Like, I still haven't seen a turtle in the wild. And then when I was at like the zoo or whatever, the wildlife park, whatever you want to call it, in New Brunswick, and there was like this little enclosure, this little, you know, fenced off area with a pond and all this, is a standard turtle area with all these adorable little turtles. And then I'm reading the little plaque that says these are Nova Scotia, like box turtles or Nova Scotia turtles, and I'm like, what? But that's where I'm from. That's where I've lived my whole life. How is it I leave the province, then I find out that I just walked away from a bunch of turtles and I've never seen? That doesn't make any sense. And then same deal. Now that I'm living in New Brunswick for the longest time, and people are like, oh my god, I had to get another turtle off the road today. Oh, another turtle wandered up onto my step. Oh, another turtle is just like hanging out in my backpack. Like, what are you talking about? I still haven't seen nary hide nor hair of a real turtle skulking around anywhere. And like I lived like next to like the water in a little pond, where I was just like every day I would take the dog for a walk or just go for a walk, and just like, I gotta see a turtle. I want to see a turtle just floating there, just even slightly in the distance. Oh, too many layers. But what I did see for the first time in real life at that little pond was the first like real oh Dan, so clever and correct. The old cartoon style beaver chopped down a tree, where I'm just like, whoa, what like I knew this was real, but at the same time it's like there's just certain things, like I've spent like my whole childhood in the forest and just never saw much of anything. And, you know, and now that I'm older and all the forests have been depleted, now just all this stuff, like deer live in the backyard. Even here, I live in town now. There's no forest here, but the deer are just like, hey, I'm just gonna take a little nap next to your car on the parking lot. Like, okay, that's your right. You've earned it. I'm just a horrible human that's, you know, not putting any sort of stop to the decimation of your habitat. I mean, you know, there's all houses and stuff here now. This is before my time, but I haven't made any efforts to build a time machine. But no, it like super blew me away. Like, just broke my brain to actually see it. It was so much that exact version, like the cartoon version of like the spire, you know, the coming to a point, all the little teeth marks, and then the tree just like boop felled right next to it. It was still standing there. I was like, it didn't even take the tree. It didn't even put it in the pond or in the brook to, you know, flood the whole place. All right. I'm just going to assume that these bananas are going to read as a V and not a big old U. But we'll see. We will see. And I probably will finish them Monday because it's already 4:15. But I don't know. Let's cut that there. Paste. The banana away. The banana. I don't know if it should be big. That T should be as big. What if I was on the right layer and it was unlocked? Yeah, bobcats are one of those things, like, I think my brother says he sees them all the time. And, they're apparently all around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I've seen a bobcat in the wild. But like moose, deer, and bears, that became a thing. Like, I don't know, the time that I genuinely, like, opened the patio door to the back door and was just like, hey, get out of here, like, come on now, like, you're freaking the cats out, to a bear, and I'm just like, whoa, what am I doing? Like, close the door, even though, like, the door was all glass, so it's like, if this bear wants in, it has zero, you know, impedance against it. It's just, you know, like, part of me thinking, like, I think I could get into this house with some brute force pretty easily. And, you know, after that bear fully opened the barn, like, smashed the lock, everything, just like, boop-ba-doop-ba-doo, and dragged all our garbage into the forest. And then I'm, like, cleaning up. Let me just clean up after the bear, just following the trail. If I go into the woods today, picking up bear trash, hopefully everything's fine. I won't get a smash of a big giant bear paw smashing my face and breaking my maw. Today's the day the teddy bears murder everyone. But then, yeah, I got like, I don't know, 15 feet into the forest, and before I was like, whoa, hey, this is your brain, and wants to remind you that you're following a bear trail right now. You know that's what you're doing. This is enough. Let the rest of the garbage go. The creatures will deal with this. But again, I don't know. This is also a world where, hey, knock, knock, knock. Like, oh, hey, new neighbors. We just moved in and we don't really know you. Are you having a good day? Oh, we just wanted to tell you about the bear in your backyard. Okay. I guess everyone get inside. There's a bear in the backyard. And nobody thought the way that I thought. Everybody was like, let's all go stand in the driveway and look at the bear. It's going up to the apple tree that's right next to us and getting some apples. Then it's going back into the driveway to eat those apples and just watch us while, we're just existing, which, as a human, that antagonizes bears, just being alive. Same with, anything around while humans exist. You're antagonizing all of those things. Because we're the worst. We're the worst. Oh, bear beat burn so bad. Bear beats burn. Squirrels beat burn. But you don't realize that until winter's over and you can actually get back to the barn again and see, oh, you guys turned everything I own into a nest. Cool. I'm definitely part of me, super proud, amazed. Wow, I'm glad you guys had a great place to live, and I hope you had an excellent winter in my barn. Mr. Traverstein, which was the name of one of the chipmunks that lived under the barn, but I'm pretty sure it was the squirrels who didn't have names. No real reason. Mostly just because Mr. Traverstein would always come out from under the barn and just look at me while I'd just be in the backyard, enjoying summertime. And I'd be like, hey, Mr. Traverstein. And he'd sit there and stare at me, and I'd write little poems and stories about him. Definitely been 1,000 years since I wrote/read a Mr. Traverstein poem. I think he kills me in the end, or at least he gathers an army of other chipmunks and hates us because he's having some sort of dispute with Mrs. Traverstein. Hey, Rant Rise! Rant Rise? Ruh-roh. And that's what your name reminds me of. Or just using the word "r" in general. I'm doing pretty good. I've only got on a few dumb little old man rants throughout the afternoon so far. Time is passing quickly. In the land of drawing things. Now this is just looking like a boomerang. Yeah, that's a boomerang. I don't want to make it too round, because then it turns into a U instead of a banunu. I like to oos, ooples and banunus. I remember being a kid and being confused, 'cause all of the kids in the class would know these games that were just these songs that were parodies of names, and the words that they make didn't have any sounds that were the same as any words. So it wasn't a real game. We weren't making real words. We weren't doing rhymes. We were just making things that sounded absurd. But everybody acted like it was a thing that they all grew up on, and it was the first time I'd ever heard of these things. But I guess that's what happens when everybody else goes to kindergarten and you don't, and you're just like John Travolta in an empty room with a jacket, wondering, where do I put this jacket? Where did the party go? Where's that guy? Where's that guy that is supposed to jam a adrenaline needle into Uma Thurman's chest? Where is that guy? Huh? Squaresville and whatnot. Oh. Amtrak. Are you a genius? Why am I trying to make the banana? Why not have the bananas work together instead of against each other? You're so smart. You're so smart. Oh, if I had a mod, I would tell them to ban you right now. So then I'd be like, who said what? There's no record of those words, just me, baby, me. Being clever as can be. I'm not really like that. Modify, transform, flip horizontally. Get it out of the way and fill it back in a bit. See, I do take people's advice every once in a while. Whoever said that earlier, and I was like, I'm not listening to you. Get out of here. Oh, sweet damn it, end track. All right, next week, you have to go to the top of the list. You got to go to the top of the list. And next week, I'll let you know what it's a list of. It's a list of, well, let's just say that I will be eating your eyeballs. I've already called them, and, whatever's left, whoever wants whatever's left, that's fine. But I called eyeballs. Someday, I'm getting that sweet, sweet eyeball meat from somebody. That's all I'm saying. That's what every cat is saying. Every time they meow and you say, I know. No, I know, Mr. Sparkles, I know. What Mr. Sparkles is saying is, oh, those eyes look so delicious that I'm going to eat them. Don't you dare sleep with your eyes open. Or sleep with one eye open. If you're going to Metallica, then I'm going to take your eye. That's what I'm going to do. That's enough out of you. How many times and how many ways must I urge and must I say, no cats in the room during the stream, Sarah? Still not my name, Kevin. And you're very much in the dark over there without the light on. Super easy for me to plug it in. Anyway, I got to the end of the music, I guess. Listen to the music. Listen to the music. And see if you hear that voice inside your head again. I don't know what that song is from, or what that clip is from. I know it's from a song. Listen to the music. I'll figure it out someday. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, nobody really needs it. If for some reason I do think somebody's just like, this is, I need this for charity and I'm going to help raise money and save lives, well then, yes. You're gonna pop higher to the end of the list? Higher to the end of the list. It's been a long week. It's been a long road getting from there to here. And if I knew the rest of the words of that song, oh, I'd sing it all day long. I don't know why. The theme to Star Trek No, that wasn't Enterprise. That's the newer one, right? Yeah, that was Enterprise. Star Trek Bacula is what I call this. Hey, other cool nerds, are you guys talking about Scott Bakula Trek? I'm a good nerd. Why can't I decide how bent this should so running out of words. How bent this should... Why can't I say how bent this banana should be without jamming should too early in the sentence? And why won't it just do smooth bends today? 4:29, everything's fine. I'll do this on Monday, but I won't be online. Or maybe I'll save it and do it on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And drove downtown in the rain. It's so true, Erie. It's so true. The same as everything. Like, everything is a muscle. And or requires some sort of memory. Either muscle memory or just brain memory to be like, hey, it's Unix system. I know this. Come on, Lex, open the doors. No, I'm doing it. No, you're not, Lex. You're playing the animation demo for Alias Wavefront, which hasn't existed for 1,000 years. But you definitely probably used part of it to make this movie. I remember, like, my second year of 3D animation class, which honestly mostly got into because of Jurassic Park, which was like, all right, I want to do stop motion, or failing that, I want to make 3D dinosaurs, if that's how we're doing it now. And then our second year teacher comes in, and it's just like, we're, you know, getting ready to learn a new year or whatever. And she's like, hey, you guys, you want to see something crazy? Do you guys know about this? Have you heard about this? Have you read about this? Like, all right, Jay Leno, what are you talking about? And then she opens up, no, seriously, Kevin. And she's like going to like this demo folder, and then she like presses a button, then turns around to us. She's like, this is a Unix system. I know this. And then just starts pretending to like tap away on the keyboard. And it's just playing that exact animation from Jurassic Park where it's going over all the boxes where it's like, this is a horrible operating system. But, you know, after Disclosure and all those things where was it Disclosure? I never saw it, but whatever the other movie was where, I think that's what Community was based on, that episode where they go into the internet where it's like, I'm climbing up all the filing cabinets. Like, that's not more convenient than a filing cabinet. But anyway, there's so many of those things, like tutorials that we did where it is like, this is how to learn deformation, this is how to learn how to put some bones in something, this is how to do whatever. And one of the first, like, most basic little things was, I don't even think we made the frog. I think it was like, here, open up this frog file, and then you're going to make the frog's mouth open, or whatever it was, or a bubble come out. And then I remember, like, you know, coming back home after school or during school or something, and, you know, the kids were watching, I want to say Sesame Street, but I feel like it was something else. At least either Sesame Street or Sesame Street-like, where it's like, oh, here's a short little animated interstitial. You know, I don't know, I can't think, but, you know, all of those shows would be like, hey, today we're talking about the leather Q. Like, all right, cool. Quagmires and quilts, and we'll be back to talk to this other puppet later on. And then it will cut over to, like, here's just a little 5-second animation, 10-second animation. And one of them was like, hey, that's our frog tutorial. Like, that's literally like day 1 of 3D class. Jonathan, I'm back again. Got 3 A's, so much more than Han. Actually 4, that's Jonathan. It's like a marathon. Is this what I sang last time? Jonathan Marathon. How many Johns can you don before you're gone? I feel like these are the exact words that I said last time. Or there was another Jonathan. Jonathan and Angela, Samantha and Moner. And also, of course, there's Jeffrey. Yes, I remembered his name. Angela's boyfriend who was nice, but a bit of a wiener, a bit of a nerd. And Tony would sabotage all of her dates, even though, word, Tony already had a super date. It's not her fault that he hates everybody from his neighborhood. Oh, so many episodes of Who's the Boss just flashed through my head because I am 1,000,000 years old. Oh yeah, I started to read this post and I forgot. I do pixel art and I can either blast something out so fast or it takes hours. So, like, the amount of times, like, especially at work, when somebody's like, oh, I need a blah, blah, blah. And sometimes it's just like, oh, yeah, like, give me 7 minutes and I'll have that done. Because it's either, like, some reuse or, again, just something like, yeah, I already have, like, just have to make circle, triangle, 2 rectangles, pop those on top of each other, outline, this will be done in 2 seconds. And other times, I will see it that way, like the Matrix will be like, oop, I can see this, I understand. And even though I'm like, yeah, it's just a banana, or, yeah, it's just a, whatever, it's a circle with a baseball hat on it. And that's the times when I'm like, I can't draw a baseball hat to save my life. It's like, well, just look at a picture of a baseball hat. Like, I am looking at a picture of a baseball hat. And for some reason today, it just doesn't compute. It just doesn't compute. Like, I will say, there's a work project that hopefully gets posted. Hopefully they like it. I can't say what. I mean, technically I could, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the rules. But I did an animation that involves another company's logo, mascot character. And I think it turned out great and fun. It's, you know, nothing crazy, just some simple marketing nonsense, whatever. But I've been trying my best to get better at, to learn to use Moho animation, to do animation, to do at least character animation and stuff instead of Adobe Animate. You know, for several reasons. One being that they almost shut it down on me on a week when I'm like, I don't have time to redo everything in a new program. Like, come on now, Adobe, do not do this to me. And I was like starting the process of like, gotta save everything as a vector file so that I can at least kind of access the artwork and then have to reanimate everything for the past 10 years if I need some reuse. But also, whatever. Sorry if we're partnering up with Adobe Animate or whatever, or with Adobe, but they know what they're doing over there. I don't mean that in a nice way. That is an even better idea, N-Track, but I do feel compelled to stick to the parameters. That is just like it says, made of 2 bananas. But I do think that is a really good idea, though. Why did I do that instead of just this? Why was I saying that? Oh yeah. So anyway, so I like months and months and months ago, Animate. I was having, you know, I'm having some issues with it. There's always some issues. But I'm just like, what is going on? Like, this particular thing used to be good, and it's absolutely just, it just doesn't work anymore. Like, what is, like, there's just a few things that just don't work, and I can sidestep them, you know, figure ways around them, but I'm like, it would be super cool if I didn't have to constantly try to sidestep this thing. So then when I went to go look it up, like, hey, is there a workaround? Is there a plugin? And, you know, what's going on? Somebody tell me, you know, I'm paying, you know, $100 and some a month, or $70 some, $80 some a month. I can't remember which of these bills it is. But regardless, I'm a cheap person and I miss the days of buying a program. And Moho was like, hey, you just buy this and it's yours. Yes. And also, it's way simpler and way less complicated than all these other ones that were just a mess. And it was like this one seemed to be exactly how I wanted Flash or Adobe Animate to evolve into. Anyway, so why was I saying all this stuff? Oh yeah. So for a few days, like literally, I'm like, this is something so simple. It's like I just want to take the arm from down here and I want to put it over top of this part of the arm. How? But how? And in my head, I'm like, I know exactly how I would do it in Adobe Animate, but this is like, now it's a complicated set of steps to get to. Like, how can I possibly do this? I'm gonna cry and poop in my pants. And it's like, and even though I'm looking at it, whether I walk away or stare at the issue at hand, or at least the setup I want to do, and I have to like have this argument in my head with myself of, all right, like you and I both know that the issue is that you just want to separate this thing into two parts and put it in front of the other thing and then move it. The only thing stopping you is this tiny little like foot tall wall of stoppage in front of you that you could easily step over simply by stop thinking like, well, I would do it this way with this other program. And it's like, well, start thinking about how you would do it with this program. You already know enough how to do that. And I was just like, literally spent like a few days, still getting stuff done, but having this weird thing where I kept having to get over this hurdle, an easily step overable hurdle that is, stop thinking about the way you can't do it and know the way that you can do it, which you do know, and just do it. Just shut up and do it. Shut up and dance. I don't know if that's a song. Yeah. Or maybe it's just a car commercial. It might also be a song. Shut up and drive. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Maybe it is just a car commercial. Why was I saying all that? I had somewhere to go with that. But anyway, I did this other animation with somebody else's character. I think it's fun and great. But I've done this before, and sometimes, hey, copy and paste, there you go. Even though you animate something fun and great, and it doesn't matter whether it is fun and great or not, it is just like, hey, it's just some characters having a good time. Sometimes people will, like, even, I've had times where I've just drawn something on Instagram and somebody's like, hey, like, that's a picture of me. Don't draw that. Like, it's not a picture of you. I used your pose as reference for just where arms and legs go, but it's like, but it's not you anymore. The only reason you know it's you is because I decided to tag you to be like, hey, I use this person's poses as reference because we're all in the art community and we're sharing, things. You pose and then people draw those poses. 99% of the time, people are happy if you draw a picture of them. But every once in a while, they're like, hey, how dare you draw a picture of me? Like, I can literally draw whatever I want. Calm down. And also, I did, and it doesn't look like you. It doesn't look like you. I could have just used anything. I could have used... It's not here anymore. It's in a drawer. But I could have used the posing doll that I forget that I always have. Absolutely true. So many things. Like, so many things don't require even the remotest bit of perfection or even... even quality, if you want to even go that far. Like, they just require existing, and then and you're good to go. Like, I don't know, like, after my dad died, I'm just like, you're not allowed to say that word anymore. Yeah, I can. I'm going to say it all the time. But after my dad died, I don't know why I can't say it normal. Hi, Muhammad, yeah, hey, hey, back again, hey. My grandmother sat at, my mom's kitchen table. And they basically were just kind of telling stories about, like, hey, how your dad was like this, hey. And for some reason, everybody's Tony Maselli in my memory. Nothing game. That's true for absolutely everything in the world. I'm annoying sometimes, but I'm also a really good app. I would also like to contest that, by the way. I think you're always annoying, and I mean, are you really a good app? Are you really a good app? I mean, sometimes I try to check my messages, and you're like, no thanks. And I'm like, well, a good app would have, saved all of my messages. You don't get messages. You don't get messages. They're all just threats. They're all just threats. But thank you. I don't know. I don't make the app. I am using it right now. And like everything, yeah. Everything always has its ups and downs. Oh, what was the other thing that I was saying? Something about there's the perfection. Oh, yes, that's what it was. Like growing up with my dad, so many things, so many dumb things where, like, literally just like, hey, help your mother, dust that shelf. If your mother wants the shelf dust that shelf. Like, all right, cool, I'm gonna dust the shelf, but I'm already doing it because my mom asked. But then be like, oh, what are you doing? Just sit down. Like, just sit down and be quiet. Just relax and sit down and be quiet. Like, the shelf is fine. It's just like, okay, like I can't appease you ever, not realizing he needs the life that I have now, where it's just like, you just needed to be away from people. You can't handle being around people. Or you need it, you love having an audience. But also, when you want to sit and have quiet, you've got to sit and have quiet. And again, as I live in my headphones, in my own apartment all the time, and nice people downstairs, the nice lady downstairs, her daughter and son-in-law are moving out, and they were like, oh, like, you're the quietest ever. I'm like, yeah, I have to be. I've been programmed to, if I make noise outside of a venue where I'm supposed to be making noise, then I feel like the worst person in the world. So, my dad's been dead a minute, whatever, year more, I have no idea at this point. And my grandmother reveals two things. One was, like when your dad was a kid, even when he was a teenager, and all the way up to he would ask for cheese and crackers on a plate, which I, also did as a kid. The more crackers and cheese, the better. Maybe peanut butter. He was a peanut butter guy. But he's like, you had to put exactly 14 crackers with peanut butter on the plate. If there was more, he would flip out. And if there was less, he would flip out. And either like storm away, throw it, whatever. And I'm just like, oh. Huh. It all makes sense now. Like all of the things where it's just like only at that point recently learning, like, hey, here's what it's like to be on the autistic spectrum and, the Asperger's spectrum and whatnot, and reasons why you can't really handle supervising a large group of people or a small group of people. And, this is why you're so worried, and this is where, your nerves come from, blah, 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 bling, 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 blah. And it's just like, yep, that's what I'm like. And then realizing, start hearing these real basic stories where I'm like, oh, Hereditary. Like, this made more sense in my head. It's not about perfection. It's just about it existing. A lot of the times. But in those cases, it was, this is why it took me so long to get used to. That's what I was getting at. The idea of just making things and being happy with it. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Even though my dad was the kind of guy that's like, yeah, I'll fix your car. I'm a professional mechanic. That's fine, buddy. Let me just pound this into place. There you go. That should hold for a while. Cool. Well, hopefully when I start hearing crazy sounds and I go to another mechanic and he says, whoever did this to your car, never go back to that person. Like, we should call the cops. And in my head, I'm just like, uh-oh, yep, whoever that was, I don't even remember it was my dad. Hey, card maker, what do? I'm making cards for you. Put a card in the mail and send it away. Hope it says happy birthday or anniversary. Hey. Those are the things that rhyme with that. I'm definitely going to go back and smooth all these lines later. Change stuff, but let me just... whatever. So anyway, yeah, like stuff like that made me realize, like, one, you know, all the stuff that my dad said inside him was usually the opposite. And, and on top of that, you know, we spent a lot of time at my grandmother's place, and it was always like, hey, here, eat these vegetables. Here, eat this thing. Eat this whatever thing, this other thing. And there was a few things that were always like, I don't like this. I don't like, and physically gagging it down, where it's just like, I can't get through this. My eyes are watering. I can't wait to go home. And my grandmother, again, the nicest lady in the world, so I was like, oh, but that's what we're having, so that's just what you have to eat. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're right. Like, you're my nanny. Never gonna, you know, besmirch or negate or disagree with you ever. You're the best person in this whole family. Which is, you know, true, what I actually think. The greatest. Oh, come on now, Phil. There you go. So during this same, you know, conversation that's just like, hey, by the way, if your dad didn't have exactly the right amount of crackers, he would lose his mind. It's just like, why can't, what? Like, it seems like something you should be able to get over. And the way I was raised was just like, here, you have these, and if you want more, you can come back for more. Like, I'm not filling your plate up with blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, why are you doing the opposite of everything that you were? So then my grandmother, that's what it was. And, you know, it was like a Thanksgiving dinner or something we were having. And there was a bunch of beets on the table. Or all kinds of, you know, beets and pickles and... I guess that's it. Maybe chow, which is disgusting. No offense if you're into it. That's fine. It just looks gross, and it's made up of all the things I don't enjoy eating. So, you know, and it is just like, ooh, I'm having some beets, whatever, some other things. And my grandmother, sitting there, like she's done 1,000 times before, is like, yeah. It's like, no, I think first she was like, ugh, it's like, I hate beets. I don't like beets. Like, I hate them. And I don't know how it became a conversation, but something along the lines of just like, well, what don't you like about beets? Like, it's basically just, you know, purple vinegar on a, I don't know, a flavorless potato. I don't know. It's just a little bit of vegetable-ishness. And then that's when she kind of just mentioned / revealed that she's like, oh yeah, she's like, I've never had a beet in my life. I've never tried them. And it's like, you're, you know, at this time, like 70-some years old or whatever. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, half of our family is farmers that drop off, you know, beets and vegetables and stuff. Like, you never tried a beet? I know for a fact I've had beets at your house that you have forced me to eat, even though I didn't like beets when I was a kid. But, you know, you gotta eat your beets. I know, Kevin. It's crazy. And then, basically, she just started listing all these foods that she hates, that she's never even come close to trying or tasting. The people, one of the specific people in my life that were a huge proponent of, like, well, you don't know if you don't try it. Just try it. Maybe you'll like it. Just try it. Just try it. If you don't, whatever. Just choke it down. Like, come on now. Come on, you're my nanny. And I just never noticed hey, there we go. For so much of my life, that my grandmother didn't eat fruits and vegetables. Like, I did until she was very old, and was just like, hey, we're gonna bring some food down to your mom. Like, okay. And it's just like, well, she's not gonna eat any of it, so at least, she'll get something in her, like, try to force her to eat, like, here, have some potato, eat some of whatever's on the plate, a little bit of chicken, because she's only going to eat whatever dessert that's been sent with it, and that's all she wants. And I'm just like, it broke me. Like, this is, God, over 10 years now, realizing that was a thing. And it still genuinely pops in my head, a couple times a day. That is, there is no perfection. Nothing really matters. Nobody controls the vertical or the horizontal. It's all outer limits. It's all outer limits and references that are too old for everyone. So, with all that being said, if nothing, if perfection is impossible anyway, then try your best to enjoy yourself. And or hopefully recognize you're one of these maniacs that is just sitting there screaming at people, making their lives miserable, when it's because you're not capable of idea robot coming through with another idea just for you. End track. Flip the bananas upside down. That is what I wanted. I was thinking that, but I can't bring myself to flip them upside down. I don't know if there's an upside down banana thing, the same as there's an upside down pineapple thing. I'm not gonna risk it. Tater! Alright, you know what, N-Track? When I said I'm positive I've done more chickens, I think I might be thinking about the tater. Maybe I did more of those instead? It's been a while. It's been at least a year. Booyah! Hi, hi, hi. Got a booyah for your guy. Booyah and a potato and a track that never ends. All kinds of ideas and safety precautions for your friends. I'm drawing a banana logo that says Vtones today. 3 minutes left till it's 5 o'clock, I say. My voice is starting to go. Oh, let's group you. Group you. Of fun. I hate when I change my mind. Get out of here, spotlight search. not here. There's no need to fear. Underdog is here. If you've got trouble that feels like lightning, don't have to be so frightening. I'm combining this with the Super Chicken song like I always do. It's not on purpose, it's just how my brain remembers the 90s. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Into the right group. Anyway, that's what that looks like for now. And I'll probably work on this on Monday. I gotta learn how to rig a thing on Monday. I'll do both. Or I'll save it for next Friday or some other day. So just keep an eye out. If you're not following Streamlabs as a channel to watch, go ahead and follow it right now. I'll wait 5 seconds. All right, now that everyone's followed, I'll try my absolute best that I can every Friday, same bat time, same bat channel at I can't remember how the time zones work again. Is 1 o'clock Eastern time? I don't know. Anyway, 2 o'clock my time. But every Friday afternoon, check out the post. It'll be there. Or I'll just pop up. And if and when I do, exclamation point giveaway, add to the list, and I'll draw as many things as I can on every stream. And stuff I don't finish, I'll either do in my spare time or the next time. Sorry, Derpy. I stayed like an extra hour or so last week to finish stuff, or maybe that was the week before. Oh, it's already run together in my brain. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to try and do, if there's not other stuff, to jump online and do more things, because, you know, humans and whatnot. humans and whatnot. Trying to exist in the world over here. Kevin, look at me when I'm trying to exist in the world over here. I glanced away for but a second, Sarah. But a second, not much more. Anyway, it's been a great day, and it's time to leave and do some more of other things. And laundry and such, and, food. Food's always fun. Is there any food in the house today, Sarah? Yes. There's some... Kevin? Always looking away. But anyway, sorry, Derp. Hopefully next week. And/or, I don't know, like I said, sometimes I'm just in the mood to just keep going for a little bit longer after stream, and I put my hands up in the air. Like I don't care. But I do. Every time I put my hands up in the air, I care and think, don't do that. Saint Martin. Las Cruces Guy. Monsieur Martin. Salut, bonjour. Combien, como se dice? No, that's Spanish. Anyway, mon titan, have a great week. But no, in all seriousness, in all Gary Sneezeness, I super appreciate everybody in the chat. Even when I accuse people of being a troll of some kind, it's usually pretty fun. So far, the trolls aren't usually too bad, and/or somebody is in the Streamlabs cloud watching out for me and zapping awful, horrible, hateful people before they do horrible, hateful things. Or all the horrible, hateful people have moved over to another app, but we won't. We'll cross that X when we get to it. Could you please give some subscriptions on Just Jackson's channel? He really deserves it. I don't know who you think I am or what do you think I do, Luna Sarita. But I can't do that. I draw a picture. I'm drawing bananas over here. I'm drawing bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I'm just bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I love to have fun on this channel. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. But anyway, I always appreciate how nice everybody is and accommodating you are to me randomly making noises that some people will construe as terrible songs and encourage me for whatever horrible masochistic reason you do that for. I don't know why you would do that. But, some people like to hear bad things. Hey, you're doing that thing again. Where you're like, all right, I have to go now. And then 25 minutes later, you're still like talking to yourself on the camera and or, imaginary characters that also are just, you talking to yourself. There's there's people that are in the chat that you could still be referencing and or, but no, you're just like, hey, what words that exist in my head that I could talk to and pretend that it's a cat or something. Also, Skeletor, you dundering boob. End this stream. End it now. I'm so hungry and also gassy. Oh, and Skeletor's right. He is right. I've got to do some farting. Thank you so much, Bearded Turtle. Boarded? Why would... Well, hey, I'm just a storyboarded turtle. I'm a turtle on a storyboard. No, that's not a character anybody has. I mean, it will be, maybe, eventually, someday, now that I've said it out loud. You're a turtle with a beard. We've talked before. We've had this conversation. I've read it wrong at least twice before in the last several years. All right, now I'm annoying myself. Speaking of being annoying but fun, that's what I'm doing. And it's time to run. Run with us. We've got everything you need. Run with us. Hey, I don't have... Oh, there it is. I don't have a stream ending thing anymore. But thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully next week I'll either show you the finished version or I will finish the version that will become the finished version. And yeah, I'm still talking. I'm still talking over the stream ending scene. If this was a wireless microphone, I'd probably wander around the apartment for a bit just talking. But like I said before, gassy. Let's not microphone that. Where's the end stream button? Where is the end stream button indeed? How many days and how many hours must you know? You've animated that button separately from the application itself, Sarah. All right, that's enough, Kevin. That's enough. Goodbye, everybody.